Welcome back, YouTube. General Soul back with Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, and we are finally done with doing all the side stuff for right now. So it's time to move along with the main story. So, Mistform cross to the next screen, and this screen is going to have a lot of liches, so you're going to need to find safe points and kill the liches so that you can continue on your path. You may also be running low on magic like I am. Now, if you follow my path, you will use minimal magic and be able to make it with about as much magic as I have right now. The path I'm taking is going to give us the most space that we can walk across and not be in danger of running out of magic. Kill the lich, and there was a shadow up there in the corner that attracted our flay, but we'll get some story here.
Strange that Vorador would choose a dwelling so perilous to him. The swamp could only offer a vampire hazard and pain.
I needed to find the right area because my flays are hitting the trees instead of my target. Then I decided to use a Pentalock of Tarot to get rid of them. And I've got Energy Bank just in case. Heading across over here, but this will give me a spot where I can get out of Mistform and be okay. We'll just follow this path, and here we're going to have to do Mistform to cross, so we'll go ahead and do that. And we should be safe for a little bit here to be out of Mistform. Well, a little bit, but we're still going to need Mistform just across this little section here. And congratulations, we're pretty much at Vorador's mansion.
Vorador's keep was hidden deep within the turgid forest, nestled among vines and creepers that clung desperately to its dark, weathered stone. The luxury with which this Vorador surrounded himself was impressive. His wealth would shame the haughty nobles of my...
I'm not going to be talking too much here because there's a lot of story here.
That this vulgar display of fortune remained undisturbed was a testament of fear's dominion over greed.
Okay, you're going to want mind control and hit this guy up here. There is a switch for a secret. That is not the secret.
Their charms were almost visible through the gauze of their clothing, yet beauty such as theirs delivered only death. For these were Vorador's pets, nothing more than beasts, slave to his will and the easy prey he provided. Vampires, all of them, held in thrall by one stronger still.
Alright, so once in here, kill the werewolf however you wish. I'm going to use a font of putrescence, grab all the items, and we're going to have another secret. There's this gated door. Use Mistform to go through it for a rune triangle.
The darkness was soothing, and in the distance, sharp and sweet, came the scent of spilt blood.
Once through the door, go back to the previous room where we were at, and we can move along in the manor. So I'm going to get Blood Font out here. Even though now the enemy is a ghost and will give me blue magic, I do use up more magic to hit them with Blood Gout than I do gain back. So your choice if you think it's worth it. Use Mistform. Don't even bother with the knife throwers up top. But the one on the other side we do want to kill because he is guarding a secret. So come through this door, get out of your Mistform. Try to get him to come towards you. Or hit him with Blood Gout. And this curtain is secret number 63. With that secret done, Mistform back across the spikes. And that has opened a door right here to the north. And venture through to this new area for some items and magic refills, which we desperately need. Oh, I may not have enough. I'm going to have to use an energy bank because I used the blood gout, but we'll be okay. Alright, use misform. Don't bother killing this guy. Cross. And then get out of misform. And then kill these two with blood gout if you wish. I am going to wait for the energy bank to end. Because if we grab that magic refill orb while energy bank is up, it will just drain all of our magic. And then we have to use another energy bank. So why the fuck would I do that? Anyway, misform back across. And same thing on the other side. There's going to be two more of these gypsy guys. Get up to the top. Kill them with blood gout. And then you can... or then there's the magic refill to help you out. We have just enough magic here, just like that, so that I can use misform to get out of here. So head back to the previous room, and we're going to have to go through the spikes again. We do have enough magic for misform, so we're okay. Just probably don't stay in misform until you're about to cross the spikes. And then just cross back over. The one we killed last time is now a ghost. And he won't let me pass by. He is going to follow you, so you're going to need to kill him here in a minute. Alright. So I'm going to use a flay to kill this vampirus. There's the ghost. Take him out. There are 2 vampire enemies in this room, but there's also like 5 prisoners. So I'm not wanting to just send a flay in because it's going to go after the nearest enemy. So I'm trying to tempt one of the vampire enemies to come towards me. Just went ahead and killed the 2 closest, or fed on the 2 closest prisoners so that they wouldn't die. And we have a secret coming up.
Vorador's pantry. A vampire's feast. Like cattle awaiting slaughter, men and women dangled from the rusted hooks upon the dungeon walls. Blood and viscera frosted the dirt and stone. The abundance nearly overwhelmed me. For blood is the life.
Yeah, Kain really likes to talk in this place. Anyway, there's a magic refill and a bunch of flays for us. Nice. And go back through. Everything will be ghosts, so if you do use your magic, congratulations, you can refill it back. I probably should have used blood gout so that I could have gotten some feedings from them, but oh well. Good news is, by the time you finish Vorador's mansion, you should be at the 1,000 slays. And you should be very close to done with your feedings. At the point that whenever I got done with this, I need like 76 feedings, and I have the Ve Victus trophy. You see there we have Chaos Armor that we're about to grab. And the reason I put the little text there so early.
My enemies are quite vicious, and the Chaos Armor extracts from them a heavy price for their bloodlust. The blows are meant for me, but it is their bodies that carry the wounds.
So yeah, I would have grabbed Chaos Armor and then had a secret, and they would have overlapped. So mind control this enemy and come into this next room, kill the vampire. And then just follow the path. And we are about to get a trophy. You've been wondering when we're going to find the 20th blood vial? It is right in this room, right there in the corner. That means we are done collecting for the trophy. I will do just like I do rune triangles. If I find a new one, I will mark it, but I will not number it. Come back across. Now we want to take this teleporter. Don't worry, the enemy will not attack. There is a switch right here. Kill the guy. Switch back. Refill your magic if need be. I'm wanting to use blood gout and get some feedings off this one. Of course, she teleported on me. and go across to the next room. Immediately use a Pentalock of Tarot and kind of look down so you can get all the enemies. Lots of liches to kill. There's a magic refill, and you already saw in the corner there is another blood vial. Already 21. I already forgot what number we are on the triangles. So, take out this one with a font of putrescence and move along. Inside here we have 4 shadows, and I'm sitting there like, why aren't they attacking me? Then I remember, oh, I never put on the Chaos Armor. Chaos Armor is good. I will probably be using it above what is considered the best armor because I don't like what the best armor does. Chaos Armor, if you take damage, some of that damage is transferred to the enemy that attacked you. Whereas the best armor, I will explain what it does when we get it and why I don't like it. Anyway, kill those enemies with some blood gout and then use Mistform to cross. We'll need to kill this guy too, so switch back to Vampire and hit him with blood gout. And we're going to go down. Switch back to Vampire and continue along. Kill these shadows. I need this magic refill. And for us to move along, we need to use mind control. So get this girl. Avoid this enemy. The handmaidens are too weak to kill anything and too slow. So just move to that switch and then switch back. Follow this path. There is a shadow and a lich in here, and you can already see it right there in the corner. We have our next rune triangle. So, we're going to throw a couple of flays to kill the lich. We can use werewolf form to jump over to the rune triangle, but the game became very finicky because I did that this way. It's not letting me grab the rune triangle until finally right there. Jump back across. Now, this next room with the spikes, you can either do what I did and use some flays, or you may want to just use a Pentalock of Tarot and kill everything in here in one shot, because there are 3 liches. Once they're dead, use your mist form, cross the spikes.
Oh, to bathe in the blood of others. This spell is especially useful in the face of multiple combatants. Beware those with tainted blood.
This is one of the 2 most powerful spells in the game, and this is what will help you max out your feedings.
And upon the wall, scribbled in blood, were the words, Manus Celer Die. The room I had entered had but one purpose: the torture and execution of human beings for the sadistic pleasure of its engineer. Blood was splattered on every surface. The dread and agony of victims past still echoed through the lethal walls. A symphony of terror and agony filled the air. Then, from amidst the cacophony of screaming souls came the perverse laughter of the vampire himself.
So, Blood Shower will drain the blood from up to 4 enemies on screen. If there are more than 4, it's just going to instantly kill any extras. Inside this room, immediately kill the zombies. Set them on fire with your flame sword, or they will keep respawning. And then we have 4 people to feed off of in this room. There is secret number 67 on the wall, that switch right there. I'm not picking up those Heart of Darkness because I am maxed out. I am holding 99. That switch we just hit opens this doorway here to our next secret. Well, that was the secret, the switch. If you want to try to get through this spike maze normally, go right ahead. I'm just going to use Mist Form and go through because, yeah, I don't want to really take any hits. As you see, we get a lot of slow times and some other items. A lot of hearts of darkness that we just cannot carry anymore. We're at the point where we just can't pick up anymore. There may be a few points here and there where I needed some emergency blood, so we may need to pick up some hearts of darkness later, but as of right now, we do not need hearts of darkness. So we are maxed out. Once you've gotten everything you can get, head back down south, and this time we want to take the east door. Kill these guys again. Inside here, kill this mist vampire.
Amongst Vorador's possessions, I found an ancient chronicle. Long ago, vampires grew in such number so as to capture the attention of the Circle. The Order of the Sarafan, or the Angels of Light as they were called, was instated to counter the menace. Thus, the Vampire Purge began.
Now we have a problem. Since we got a new spell, it took the mind control and put it in our bank here. So we need to re-equip mind control. I don't need stun anymore. So we're going to just replace stun. Switch to mind control and hit this enemy here. I hope you hit that secret that I marked just a second ago. Kill this enemy and come down. If you didn't hit the secret, this door is not open. Inside here, the skeleton, kill it to open the way to the items, and get on this side of the spikes because these black zombies will keep respawning. Kill them and then come to this secret right here and leave the room. Hitting that switch opens our door to the left. Kill the ghost, go on through.
The tapestries wove a tale of chaos ignited, an orgy of fire and pain. Undead beings with rotted skins caked with sulfur and ash beckoned at me through a burning abyss. Their tortured stares were a testimonial to the price of weakness. Their fate would not find me. Yet blood calls to blood.
And with that done, we're back in here. Kill this zombie, not zombie, vampire again. Get our magic refill and head to the up. That last switch opens this door up. And this gives us, once again, some more items. Kill the shadows and then use blood shower to kill all the vampires in here. And then just travel about the room and grab everything you can. Lots of hearts of darkness if you need them, some flays, and even a magic refill, and even a pentalock of tarot. Cool. So we're going to grab this last flay and get out of here. That is all we needed right there. Head back down, and this time we're going to take that right path and meet the master of the house, Vorador, who plays important roles in later games. Don't worry about that upper path. We will be there later. Kill these shadows, which I'm trying to do, but right there. Kill that one, kill them, and kill those so that we can move along. And once in through here, you'll have a save point. Next up, we meet Vorador.
In the bowels of that black forest, I found something worse than hell. A vision of what I was becoming.
It's not often I see one of our own, especially one as young and foolish as yourself. Nonetheless, drink. Drink deep and indulge your gift.
Gift? Vorador thought my curse a blessing. That we were gods. That mortals offered their blood as sacrifice so that we could enjoy our supernatural powers. And somewhere, deep inside my new self, I knew he was right. That mortal dreams were prayers. Prayers to us, begging us for power. I pondered this as the decadent old fool prattled on about his past. boorish account of how he defeated Malek of the Sarafen and took his vengeance upon the Circle of Nine for supporting the Sarafen holy war to exterminate us.
Call your dogs! They can feast on your corpses! After slaughtering 6 of the sheep, I defeated their pathetic little shepherd, Malek. Since then, our kind has not bothered with the cattle, except to feed. And I suggest you do the same. Meddling with the affairs of man can do us no good. Sarafan witch hunts are much too tedious to concern ourselves with. Am I understood, Kain? Good. Take this ring. If you ever need assistance, it will summon you. Despite your youthful arrogance, you amuse me, Kain. It would be such a pity to lose you to the abyss. Now be gone!
My visit with Voida only strengthened my resolve. His power uncontested by mortals, he had fallen to another enemy. Decadence has claimed itself many a great warrior.
Use Mistform here to go through the grate for our next secret. Inside the next room is a place where we're going to need Mistform. I'm not actually intending to equip an item. So we need to, well, I did. Penelocatero, kill all the liches. Switch to Mistform. Yes, we do have one of those vortexes. They're pulling you in, but if you continue to press up, you will get past it in Mistform so that you can grab all the items. Now, the one problem with that vortex is it will not let you go down in Mistform, so you will need to change back to vampire form to get out of this room. From here, turn back to Mistform to go back through the gate, and it's about time to leave this place, don't you think? However, I think we're going to get one more secret before we leave. It's actually in the other room. This on the PS4 was my 50th secret because I didn't when I originally played this on the PS4, I couldn't explore all of Lost City because I didn't have mind control. I didn't have blood gout either, so I couldn't really do all I did last video, so I didn't get those secrets. But this one gives us a bunch of items and a magic refill. Head back through. And of course we need our Mistform to get through the grate again. We can change back to Vampire here and head south. Time to leave Vorador's mansion and move along with our game. Feed us on us some prisoners. And get into the middle of the room and just use Blood Shower here. And then there's one more vampire that we can use Blood Shower on. And that's it. We're done with Vorador's Manor. Take this teleporter. It will take us back to the world map. Take us to this cave. Once we're out, we're in a new area. As soon as you're able to move west. This is something we didn't see at all last video. Our 7th bat beacon found. It's been a while since we've seen one. At least seen one that's new. Equip the axes. We're going to need them. I'll just check. We are also... I said last video that we're never going to use the sanctuary spell again. Looks like I forgot about something. If I had done something last time I went back to the crypt, I would have been telling the truth. But I completely forgot about a secret that requires us to go back to the cemetery. So we're going to have to use sanctuary again.
And so I left that place, with clear knowledge of what sort of monster I would become if I let my curse consume me, and with an ally for the future.
A triad congregates at the roof of the world, Kain. A plot to twist the land, to shape the world. North is where your vengeance lies.
Now this area is great for feedings. This is actually where I got my Ve Victus trophy in the PS4 version. We're not quite there yet, but I will show you where I'm at here in a few minutes. But 3 wolves there we can feed off of, turn into a wolf, jump down, and we want to head north. Now, I switched back to vampire form because there's 2 more wolves that I wanted to feed on, but one of them is not coming within range. So I switched to wolf to jump down, and then switched back to vampire to feed on these 2 wolves. Now we're going to get a few secrets before we move along. Move these boulders out of the way, preferably the one on the left. And here is our 72nd secret. We're going to need the axes again to chop down a tree, and we're going to be introduced to a new enemy type. Cut down the tree, and we're going to need a one-hand weapon, so I'm going back to the flame sword, because we need to be able to use some items. The new enemy is not hard, more annoying, but it is weak to flays. It is these scarecrows. Use your flays on them and it will kill them in one hit. Now the scarecrows, I'm putting in here already secret 73 because actually there are 2 secrets up here. Each one of these cards is a secret. That's why I did it like that. But these scarecrows are not very hard to kill, but if you get too close they will start shooting crows at you. And these crows cannot be destroyed. You just have to dodge them. Now, continuing up here, there is no secret up here, even though it really seems like it should be a secret, but we have 2 more items to grab up here. Now, head back to where those 2 wolves were, so that we can enter a new town. We're going to get a lot of feedings in this town. So werewolf form, so you can jump down. Back to vampire. Move to the middle of town, and you should easily be able to feed on 4 people here. I only got 3, however. No, I did get 4.
In my travels, I learned much about the legend of Janos Audron. Here in this quaint pastoral village of Ustenheim, that dark enemy was born. Janos preyed upon its peasants until he was finally hunted down and executed.
Alright, so come into this building first. We'll go ahead and just use Blood Shower to kill these two. I probably should have held off on that, but oh well. That's the problem with this point of the game. I've got such an awesome spell to help speed up feedings, but it uses up a lot of magic. I'm going to sit right here for just a second until I get enough magic to use Blood Shower on these citizens again and get some feedings real quick. We're getting so close to the Vae Victus trophy that I will probably get that trophy in the next video. Okay, in this area, see that door to the right? That secret is actually activated back at the beginning of the game. We have closed off the secret because we needed it to be able to get out of the first dungeon. Not our crypt, but that next area that we entered when we first started the game. If you remember the little switch puzzle at the beginning where you had to hit the two leftmost switches so that the spikes would disappear, you need all three switches off to open that door. So that's a secret that is activated at the very beginning of the game. So if you want to just rush through here and get to that switch puzzle, use wolf form. I wanted to get some feedings because I know I'm somewhat close. Don't really care about the slayings. It was more the feedings I wanted. But just make your way out of your crypt and into the next crypt in the cemetery. So this one that we're walking to now, this should look familiar to you now. Make back to the section with the spikes with the puzzle, three switches on the walls, and hit that rightmost switch. That's what we need to do. I could have done this last time I was here, but I completely forgot about it because what we need to be able to get out of here and have those switches off is wolf form, which we had last time we were here.
Vae Victus! Vae Victus! Vae Victus! Vae Victus!
Okay, this is the area I'm talking about. Hit that last switch. Use wolf form to jump across. Should have just done this last time I was here, but I completely forgot about that secret. Switch back, and now all we need to do is just get out of here and use bat form to go back to that town. Okay, the bat beacon we want is going to be the one next to the one at Vorador's mansion. This one right here. And that means we're going to be feeding on those wolves again. Get used to it because we're going to be coming back through here one more time. So I need Blood Shower back on. Well, I do have Blood Shower on, but now 100% we do not need Sanctuary anymore. We're not going back. Anyway, just like we did last time, go back to the edge and feed on those 3 wolves. Now, one thing I have heard, I don't know how true it is that the Vevictus trophy is kind of glitchy, whereas you need to actually look at your status for the trophy to pop. However, on PS4, I kept paying attention to my stats to see where I was at, and it popped whenever I got my 500th meal. As you see, we need 76 more. So maybe just looking at the status once will pop the trophy whenever I get that final meal. We're not going to get that meal in this video, but definitely we should have it in the next video. Jump down, being a little finicky there. I should have stayed in wolf form, but oh well. Would have been quicker. For our next full moon, I am going to be a little bit behind on where I usually would be, but as far as the timing, it's not really that important. When we get to the full moon, we'll just stop what we were doing and go do the full moon, and then get back to what we're doing, kind of like what we did last video. Anyway, welcome back to the town. Get back to the center and get some feedings. So we need like 74 now. Now more like 70. And head back into this building, and that door that was closed is now open. I'm going to just feed on these ghosts. Well, I was, but I forgot that the ghosts don't need to be stunned. Anyway, this is our 75th secret in the game. From here, we want to go back to Flame Sword. Take this teleporter. And welcome to secret number 76.
One must be wary in dealing with the spirit forges. The wraiths and shades that inhabit them offer items beyond mortal dreams in exchange for a sampling of your blood. The wraithsmiths forge their items with forfeit souls.
Shed your blood for me, and these artifacts will be yours. So, you come to the Spirit Forge for help, do you, vampire? Trade your secrets for the blood of the dead, I will.
I'm going to decline this one since we are maxed out. If you need Hearts of Darkness, feel free. I don't. So I'm not going to sacrifice my blood here. Anyway, 2 secrets for that right there. That means that we don't actually have to make our way to the cave proper because we've got the secret of the Spirit Forge. Head back out, and we're going to use bat form and go back to that last bat beacon and make our way to the town again. Yeah, these 2 secrets, they probably take the most time to get. Anyway, from here, you should know the path by now, so head back to town. We're going to explore the rest of the town to get some items, but there's not really anything of importance left in town. So it's night now, so there's going to be people sleeping in their houses, so you can get some easy free meals and a few items and magic refills. I definitely need those magic refills. But that also means that the large group of people out in the middle of town are no longer there, so you can't just feed off of them. Anyway, this building next. And there is a room to the north with another barrel, so go ahead and destroy that and take the items inside. One area that I kept skipping was this one. This is the pub. If you came here during the day, there's a ton of people here that you can use your blood shower on. At night, there's like 3. So just get to the bar, use your blood shower. That'll get rid of everybody. There would be more people in here if it was daytime. Anyway, grab these items here, and then use wolf form to jump across the bar for 2 more barrels and get some magic refills and other items. We'll form back across, and we are done with this town. We can now leave and move on to the next section. So you are going to need the axes to chop down about 7 trees. There's also going to be some pretty hard enemies that you may want to use items or spells for. If you're comfortable with the axes and you think you can take out the upcoming enemies, feel free, stick to the axes. Otherwise, we're going to be doing a lot of switching weapons. So we're going to get a couple of new enemies that we've not seen before. So move the rocks out of the way. And here's our first new enemy. This enemy will shoot spikes in 8 different directions. Alright, so move that out of the way and avoid the poison. This enemy can poison you, and I think I got poisoned here. Yes, I did. You notice my blood turned green.
The poor wretch was warped beyond recognition. To think it was once human. Such strange creatures that had been spawned by this dark magic. Things half insect and half mammal. Human torsos grafted onto abominations of the flesh. Sick as it was, I couldn't help but admire its creator's ingenuity.
So I finally noticed that I was poisoned, so I'm putting on an antitoxin to get rid of the poison. That's the only way to cure yourself. So, even though I don't use them very much, now these enemies here, they give you red blood, so feel free to use your blood shower on them. Other enemies that we're going to be seeing around here are poison blood. Do not drink from them. Anyway, we will cut this tree out of the way, and this will give us our next blood fountain.
The blood of ages flows so sweet. Come, drink from us. Your magic energy recovers more quickly, for our blood enhances.
So as it mentions, that one will have your magic energy recover faster. There is one more level to the magic energy recovering, so we're not quite done with that one. But anyway, chop that tree down to enter this cave. And do not step in the lava. Even mist form, you will take damage. We're going to need to be able to cast magic in here. Alright, so we're going to need control mind, but do not use blood shower. The enemies in here have poison blood. As you see, it was green when we killed that one. And this one is green also. Green or black, it doesn't matter. It's not red or blue, so we don't want to drink it. Okay, killing that guy. Come up to this corner and have control mind ready. And the enemy should move back this way. There he is. Hit him with a control mind. Switch is secret number 77. Once you've hit the switch and grab the items, switch back to Kain, and now we can get this Pentalocatero. We're done with this cave. So we're going to switch on Blood Shower, and we're going to quickly get some healing here. So if we drag that enemy over here, we're in a position where we can drain 3 meals. Woohoo! We're getting very close. We're damn close. I swear, we will get that Vae Victus trophy in the next video, and if we get that, then we're pretty much just doing story, except for one secret location that we will get near the end of the game. So we're very much coming up towards only having story trophies left. We've got a few more things, but we're going to have to go out of our way for some secrets to get, but we're just about there. At the rate we're going, we can probably finish this in another 2 to 3 videos. Alright, so I am wanting Implode on, and since that got taken off, we'll put that on here. Switch to Implode. Kill that one. Push the rocks out of the way. Okay, so I want Blood Shower for these guys, since they do give me red blood. More Blood Shower. At least it doesn't use up as much magic as Blood Gout did. I'd probably have to hit that thing about 3 or 4 times. I would get more meals from a single one, but I would use up all my magic. Don't really need to chop these trees down. All it is a little a blood vial to refill. Not the type that increase your magic, but the type that fill up your not your magic, your life.
If it could be said that a land descended into madness, it would be an accurate account of Dark Eden. A garden of horrors, seeded with thick perversion of nature's design. I knew that this Dark Eden I had trespassed upon would continue to grow until all of Nosgoth was consumed.
We can drink the blood of this enemy, but we cannot do that with the axes on, so quickly switch to our flame sword so that we can use Blood Shower on it. So yeah, whenever we were going to the Lost City, we were seeing enemies that we discover here. And just follow the path, pretty linear. This enemy has poison blood, so you want to use an item on it. I'm going to use a Implode on it. I just needed to get in position. There we go. We need the axes again. And obviously we see we're going to have a little more chat from Mr. Simon Templeman, a.k.a. Kain.
Flame sword. Magic seethed and shifted. I watched the dome of energy as it expanded, absorbing and recreating, consuming life, and leaving behind only a twisted parody.
Well, I forgot that I needed the axes to cut down this tree, but we can use a blood shower to feed on the enemies on the other side. Just waiting for me to get enough magic. And switch to the axis, and we'll get a magic refill up ahead.
The axes.
You know, whenever I heard that they had kind of put these on PlayStation Plus for PS4 and PS5, I was sitting there, it's like, I hope they at least did something about the loading times. No. This is exactly how long the loading times were on the original PS1. They didn't really change much. Other than being able to rewind up to 2 minutes of gameplay to go back if you screw up, they didn't really change anything. Alright. So the werewolves don't drink from. Now, it is a good thing that we got here during the daytime. At nighttime, this place is very dangerous.
I passed through the wall unharmed. It seemed the magic only preyed on things that were alive and pure. Or perhaps it simply decided that I was twisted enough.
So what I mean by this place is dangerous at night is it will do firestorm, where fireballs will rain from the sky in random locations that can hurt you. Now, these enemies right here, the red-hooded guys, you can drink their blood. There are those enemies that shoot the spikes out, so use an implode on them. But yeah, if you're here at night, you are avoiding fireballs as well as fighting everything. So it turned daytime just in time for me. And there is no blood fountain that will give you fireball immunity. That one you're just going to have to live with. We can feed off this thing. We're going to need to use an implode on him. And probably when I get to our destination, I might want to look at my stats, because I would think I am very close. I'll probably do that off camera and see how close I am. I was thinking about feeding on that guy, but then I saw this one up ahead. And we got a couple of things we can feed on up here. So let's get blood shower and drain their blood. 3 things. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's pull this guy away so that we can feed on him and only him. Get us an implode ready, and boom, and we can feed off of you again. Oh, he just got out of range, damn it. Alright, so this is going to be my last one that I could... No, we're not going to waste the magic. I can't even do it. Okay, grab these items and head towards the east. This way is a dead end. You cannot get out of here, so head down and around. And when you start seeing the lava, you know you're going in the right direction. Grab the magic refill. We're going to need control mind here. Now, my game kind of bugged out on me. Grab that one. There are a couple of enemies that if you're good enough and can kill with your controlled human, you can get them out of the way and you don't have to actually deal with it. But unfortunately for me, I killed that one as it killed me, so we got to kill this one with Kain. Follow the path, be ready with another control mind, and this is where my game kind of bugged out on me. So missed him, got him that time, hit the switch. I should have... Now, I don't know what happened here, because I walked him into the lava to die. There's supposed to be an enemy by this switch, and I wait for a bit for him to come around, but he doesn't. No enemy comes around here. So I don't know if it's because I walked that guy over that this enemy didn't spawn or what happened, but I can't really use my control mind there because there's no enemy there. And I didn't want to rewind because I did a lot here that I just don't want to redo. So I decided, and this is how I found out that Mistform does not protect. Yeah, I almost died there. All because this guy just didn't want to spawn in. We don't really need this one, but this is for some extra things. Hit that switch. If you can kill this enemy with this guy, cool. I couldn't. Alright, so let's get an implode ready for him and take him out. And then there's just a few items to grab right here. We're almost done here. In the next section, we will be getting to our destination, and we will be going through that destination in the next video. Ignore the cave. We'll be coming out of that cave when we're done.
A tower stood in the distance. From its apex spewed the vortex of energy that shaped the lands below.
Everything we're going to face here, you can drain blood from, so if you had to do the same thing I did... Oh, I forgot about that guy. You can get some blood back by just feeding on the things here. But we're about to end the video here. We're about to enter our next section. So if you're enjoying the walkthrough, drop a like. Feel free to subscribe for more. And I will see you guys next time in the Legacy of Kain Blood Omen.